各位朋友，大家好，歡迎嚟到人氣馬場。我今日嘅嘉賓呢，就係英國騎師金誠剛啦。咁其實佢都非常之傳奇嘅，因為佢唔係嚟自呢個賽馬嘅背景啦。不過呢，就已經贏到呢個葉森打比大賽，而家仲喺香港發展。Hello Richard, welcome to my show.
Morning, how are you?
Very good. So, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Richard Kingscote. I'm an English jockey, currently based in Hong Kong.
So you know what, before I'm doing this interview, I'm so scared because I know that you are not quite talkative, but also because I know that you're a professional, so you put all your time focusing on your career and also your family too. So I'm so happy today we have your family in our interview too. So can you guys introduce yourself too?
My name is Sebastian Kingscote, and that is my father.
Yes. You?
I am Bob Kingscote, also known as William Kingscote as well.
Ah. And this pretty lady.
Hi, my name's Ashleigh Kingscote, obviously.
So now let me first talk to your daddy. And Richard, I know that this time you stay longer in Hong Kong. So what brings you here? I know that last season, just like during February to April, you come to Hong Kong for a short time, 6 weeks, and also have 4 winners. So what brings you here?
Yeah, massive new challenge for us. Obviously, it's regarded as one of the best places to be racing. So any jockey wants to be here really, and the club gave me the opportunity after that short stint to come from the start of the season. So I had to. I had to sort it with Ashleigh, and then pry the kids away from home, and here we are.
So I'm sure that you have such a supportive wife, because moving from England to Hong Kong now this season, staying longer time is such a big decision. So do you guys have just like family meetings for this, because you still have to manage the kids' school and also the family in the UK?
Initially we thought that Ashleigh and the children would come for a holiday first, but then as it worked out with schooling, they just came straight away from the beginning. And I think once they were here and they seen it, they were more relaxed. I think the thought of being here and leaving their friends behind was the hard part. But actually the children in the race course have been great. So it's actually gone smoother than I expected.
I think that there's a mini kindergarten in your area, because I always see cash hunters and also the girls playing together in the downstairs. So Sebastian, tell me one thing that you like the most about Hong Kong.
I think my favorite part about Hong Kong is how close everything is together. Because in England you would have to maybe drive an hour to see my dad racing, but here you could just walk.
Yes. So Hong Kong is very convenient because we are just like small city with 7 million people. Do you think a little bit crowded sometimes?
Yes.
But how do you make new friends in Hong Kong in your school?
Kind of. I like to stay alone most of the time.
Oh, you're really your father, huh? Because normally your father is quite cool and just like not speak so much. But at home, is he still the same and very straightforward? Just very strict.
Usually he's just the same. Like he's usually concentrating on work even when he's at home.
Oh, very good promoter. How about you, William? Do you enjoy your life in Hong Kong?
Yes, I really like the food, and I also like how it's so small. Like everything, you can walk to it because it's so small, the place.
Yes. Also, you can so easy to just like visit your neighbor. You just like go across, and then from room B to room A is so easy, right?
Yes.
And actually, just like back to the questions, it's such a big decision for you to just like move your family here, and just like how you deal with just like talk to Richard about making the decision.
Well, as soon as Richard said that he'd given the opportunity, obviously my first reaction was absolutely not, because how can I move over the other side of the world? But then looking at the opportunity and speaking to Richard about it, it was, I wouldn't say it was a no-brainer, but it was definitely something we had to really consider. And then once looking into the schools and how good they were, and just the kids growing up with a more diverse culture and everything, it was just an opportunity we couldn't miss, really.
And also, just I know that you are a very good pastry chef. So having a jockey at home is very difficult because you know that you have to make the balance. The kids will love cookies, the cake, but because we have to watch out his waist, then he cannot eat too much. So how can you make the balance? Or do you have a secret recipe for him that less sugar or less something?
No, so I try to bake little as possible, but we obviously want to have treats for the kids too. But at home we would, especially if you had a big winner, we would do lots of treats and send them to the yard for the staff and things like that. So Richard would always dip into those ones. And we would normally always have a cake at home. Not so much now we've moved here. I just find it that little bit harder to find the ingredients that I'm used to. But we've had a few things and a barbecue and that for the birthdays. So it's been good, but he's been doing really well with his weight. So we try and encourage it and help as much as I can without going, here's a brownie again.
Of course. So everyone knows that riding in Hong Kong is a big challenge, especially for new jockeys. So for Richard, last season actually he worked hard and finally get the result. Then he get the extension contract to stay here in Hong Kong. So being just like a wife, there's some, of course, a jockey go through some ups and downs. How could you just show your support and just like being next to him?
You just have to roll with the punches, I guess, you know, because here a lot of the time there is light. So you have to know how to manage him on the day when he has got light with sweating and everything else. And I'll be like, oh, we need to go to the shops or something like that, making sure I take the kids to school. But it's just trying to help him the best that we can, really, without sort of hindering on family time as well. So, because like you say, he does like to be alone and he's quite serious. So sometimes you have to give him a bit of a shake and loosen him up. But, yeah.
But you guys still have me times together, right? Just like even you have two young boys.
Yeah, so since we've moved here, we've got a fabulous new auntie called Leah. So she really helps when looking after the kids. And I think after the new year, we're going to make a set date night every week so we can go and try some of the really lovely places around in Hong Kong.
So do you know your father is very famous in the UK?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Do you tell your classmates that, oh, you know that my father just won the Epsom Derby, you know, the biggest race in the UK?
Not really, but they usually come to me about that stuff.
Really?
Like, sometimes my teachers would go like, oh, you're the kid whose dad won the Derby.
Yeah, next time you can tell me, oh, would you like to have an autograph of my dad or you want to photo with him?
Not really.
How about you?
Yes, I do tell my classmates. Yes,
Ah.
I did tell my classmates in class.
I'm sure that you are the funniest member in the family, right? Because you are very chill and you're very outgoing.
Yes.
Tell me what would you like to what you enjoy the most to do with Daddy?
Climbing probably.
Ah,
I like climbing.
really? Oh, one day I saw your video. I think 2 days ago that I saw your video that your father bring you to Sha Tin and you two are climbing the rock. Is it?
Yeah.
So can you reach the top?
Depends which one. I think most of them I could make it to the top, yeah. But sometimes my arms just hurt and I don't want to do it.
Ah. So I know that your father loves motorcycles. So do you have a chance to have a ride with him yet?
No, we actually haven't bought a motorcycle here yet. So we can't really go out to ride on a motorcycle.
Do you know how many motorcycles that he is hiding in the house in England?
No, we don't have a house in England anymore.
Yes. Oh, so that's I can see just like the willingness of staying longer in Hong Kong, right? So Richard, tell me what's the biggest challenge riding here? Because getting support is very difficult, and even some big name jockey coming to Hong Kong and then they may just like go home with no winners. But luckily you have just like gradually building up your momentum and doing better.
Yeah, I mean, luckily it's building. Obviously, I think that is the hardest part, isn't it? Getting going. I'm new to everyone here, and I don't expect to be jumping in and taking off. But I've been getting support and riding lots of nice horses, so hopefully it keeps going the right way.
Because we know that you're quite low profile, and then working here in Hong Kong is different because in the UK you have manager and can manage your ride. But based on your personality, how can you just get more rides in this competitive Hong Kong racing circle?
Yeah, I don't like bothering people, so it is different for me here that I have to message, and it's fine. I don't mind here because as long as people are responding, and it's okay. Entries yesterday, lots of people were replying and asking me to ride horses, so yeah, it's different, but it's good to have new challenges, I think.
So when we talk about your name, then it's quite easy to equal to Epsom, because I checked the background. You start to ride in 2004, and you have your first racing experience also in 2004 at Epsom, and riding in a conditional race and compete against with such a big name jockey called Frankie Dettori, Johnny Modet, and also Kieran. So how do you feel? Do you still remember the first feeling when you compete against with this kind of big guns?
Yeah, my first ride was something that doesn't often happen to apprentices because because of the race, so it was I wasn't allowed my apprentice claim.
Yes.
So I had no £7 allowance, so I was on level terms with Frankie, and Fallon and Jimmy Fortune, some of the top guys in the UK and around the world. So it was a bit daunting, but I had a lovely horse. He looked after me well and ran well, and it actually was a very good springboard for the rest of my career, really.
Yeah. So and then you during your apprentice time you met Roger. So can you tell me that what have you learned the most from Roger Charlton?
He's actually quite similar to me. I think he's quite quiet. Maybe.
Okay, you guys communicate that.
Yeah, exactly. You have to read between the lines. But very professional man. Gave me some nice horses to build with. And I think when Mr. Charlton used me as an apprentice, other people respected him.
Yes.
So that helped get me going. But I had a good apprenticeship at Mr. Charlton's.
And then you I think around in 2007, 2008, then you start to ride for Tom. So is that kind of a turning point of your career?
Yes, when I started riding for Tom was when I really started getting busy, started doing all the travelling, and was my first real proper stable jockey job, which lasted a long time. I thought that would be probably, once I stopped riding for Tom, I'd probably retire. No. But actually, my career went on again. But yeah, he was a good boss. We had a lot of great experiences around the world, riding in the Melbourne Cup and Dubai Gold Cup. Yeah. And so, we had fun for 10 years.
So that means you're a really, really loyal person. Actually, it's very good for Ashleigh, right? At least you have no worries about your husband. So tell me that as he is just like he's not talkative. So how can you just melt his heart and marry him?
It took a while.
It's not easy, right?
So I used to work for Tom Dascombe, and that's where we met. And when I asked Richard out, he actually that same day had lost his apprenticeship claim on a horse that I was leading up that day at Newbury.
You bring him luck.
Well, I hope so. And I've been bringing him luck ever since.
Of course.
So yeah, and we had our first date, and that was in 2007, and we've been together ever since.
Wow. So just like, what's the magic? Just like, I'm sure that you see the full side of him. So we only see the frozen or cool side of him. So what's the hot heart in this?
He's very passionate about his work. And I've been in racing as well. I know what it's like, but I didn't know what it was like from the jockey side of things, because when you're younger, you just go racing, you lead them up, and yes. But I didn't realise how difficult it was for the jockeys, the amount of travelling and everything like that. So this is where coming to Hong Kong is brilliant, because you've just got Happy Valley and Sha Tin twice a week. But even though we thought that might make things more relaxed, it's still such a level of work here with trials in the morning,
Yes.
riding out, doing your entries, sweating, everything like that. But he's taken it in his stride and he's doing really, really well. He's not as intolerable as I thought he might be. No. Honestly, he's done it so well.
Yes.
And the amount of time he gets to spend with the kids now, like going climbing, they go and play basketball, going swimming, things like that. So the work-life balance here has been so good. Hopefully it can continue.
Of course. So I'm sure that he's a jockey who always creates surprise, because look at the winners, look at the shots, lots of long shot. Even when he won the Group 1, is a long shot. So it shows that no matter what horses he ride, he try his best to do the best for the owner. So is it he's also create a lot of surprise for you guys too?
Yeah, he's done pretty well here.
Yeah, good
Better-
judge, huh?
Yeah, better than I expected. He's got a lot of like third places and second places. And he's got a couple of winners so far, so he's done well so far, I think.
So normally, how to show your support and love to your father?
Every Wednesday and every day he has a race day, we watch together.
Oh,
We watch him race.
you don't watch cartoon, you watch races with daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Good boy. How about you? Are you trying to steal the TV and watch cartoon?
I like watching YouTube sometimes if I'm allowed. But if I'm not, I might watch Netflix or the racing. Yeah, because I like YouTube.
But you guys, since you moved to Hong Kong, do you always come to races to watch your daddy's race?
We don't come to the racecourse. We mostly watch it on the TV.
Yeah. So when he just not long ago he received his first won a first trophy race in Hong Kong, how do you feel?
Happy because we get to stay here longer, make new friends,
Good.
adventure Hong Kong more. I'm hoping to go to Japan to go skiing.
Wow, yes.
I want to go to Japan because of the snow.
Oh really?
I like
Yes, Hong Kong have no snow.
I like snow.
Okay, so I would say that 2022 is the most important year for you because, of course, you win the biggest race in England. Lots of jockeys, even the big name. I talked to Oshie Murphy, and he's still not having won a Epsom Derby yet. So how do you feel of winning a race like that?
Yeah, again, not something I'd really have expected, but obviously once I started riding for Sir Michael, it became something that was a possibility. And you know, then them sort of opportunities came around through Ryan's help, and obviously lucky for me, he's always busy with Coolmore. So yeah, it was a great few years riding for Sir Michael, and to get to experience a horse of that caliber was pretty special, really.
I read a story about that. Oh, actually, one of the reasons that you moved to Hong Kong is because Sir Michael's retirement. Is that true?
Well, I mean, it opened more doors. I mean, if I was still riding for Sir Michael, then you'd probably want to carry on doing that. But with his retirement, it gave me more options, and this became an option. So yeah, I mean, it just meant the time was right for me, not that it was something that because he retired I wanted to leave the UK. I was still fortunate to get nice rides in the UK, but yeah, the timing worked out well.
So when you have your first winner in Hong Kong in March, how do you feel? Just like because it take a little while to get it on board, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was Chil Kaka. I was hopeful he'd be a winner for me.
And the free winner that day.
3 winners that day. It was getting close. It was only a week before I had to go home, so I was sort of thinking I might have had to go home without a winner, which would have been frustrating. But fortunately, finished on a very positive.
For a younger generation who would like to join the industry, you are such a you can set a real model for them. So if they want to join the industry, any advices for them? Because you are such a level mind. At the jockey, and also every time you just very chill, relax, and do your own thing instead of just like we see some jockeys they are more outgoing, something like that.
I think for me, because I wasn't a natural horse rider, I had to work extremely hard. So things didn't happen fast. So I think that's all you can do is just work as hard as you possibly can, and if it happens, it happens.
And any race that you would like to win in Hong Kong, and any expectation of your Hong Kong stay?
Well, obviously last week we had some fantastic racing. Any one of those sort of races would be nice. To find a nice horse in Hong Kong would be special, but you know, hopefully I firstly get to ride a few winners, and the club will let us stay for a bit, and we'll take it from there.
Any expectation on the kids?
No, I mean they've been doing great. You know, Seb's been joining the basketball team at school, and William's really come out of his shell, and you know, I think Hong Kong's been great for them.
So also happy wife, happy life, right? So make sure that Ashleigh is happy in Hong Kong too.
Yeah, not too much baking.
So how about you guys? So far you enjoy Hong Kong, and you even tell me that you sold your house in the UK. So definitely Hong Kong will be your home in the next 2 years.
Hopefully, we're not entirely sure yet that we're going to stay here, but hopefully we do stay here because I'm enjoying it so far, joining the basketball club and everything.
And you told me that you want to be a jockey one day. So do you go for some riding license? Not license, lessons yet?
What?
Yes.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know because I don't understand. What was the question?
No, just like, what would you like to be a jockey, and do you have a riding license, riding lessons yet?
No.
So if you want to tell Daddy one thing, what would you like to tell him?
To be on the horse.
And you?
I think I do want to be a jockey when I grow up, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Life's just playing itself out right now, so I'll see what happens in the future.
I think you can be a lawyer because you are very logical. How about Ashleigh? So far Hong Kong is quite good, and you make some new friends and enjoy shopping here.
Yeah, so the girls that live on the Racecourse Gardens, they're fantastic. We all get together a couple of times a month to celebrate our birthdays. And yeah, shopping is good here. So it just depends on my limit. But it's mostly just settling into like day-to-day life, you know, getting things that we like to eat at home and things like that. But it's been great so far. I'm hoping to start golf lessons soon, but I know that it's quite expensive, especially for the lessons for a beginner. But we'll see how that pans out.
So today, thank you so much, Richard, for your time and all your family. So I wish you all the best and get more winners and stay longer in Hong Kong. And then maybe Hong Kong will be your home before your retirement, right? Thank you. Thank you, Ashleigh.